Yard line.
Met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Dumps off to Powell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead, they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
Darnold on first down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the 50, it's Darnold. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, Darnold. O'Neill's got it, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the air again, Darnold. The grab made by Kurtz over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 13 yards there, offsets. Some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down. There's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On first down, it's Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run. This is Scarborough. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Bo Scarborough with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
Here we go. Hey. You got three. Three down.
Now a carry for Blount. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
53, ready.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, takes two right there. Let's go.
Now Blunt. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Jets making their way out. Last year, the impressive 3-2 start. A lot of people predicted they would go 0-16, but then after that start, they sort of collapsed. Just 2 wins after week 5. So as we look ahead to this year, Charles, what can we expect from the Jets?
Well, I would expect them to continue to play with great effort because their head coach, Todd Bowles, demands that. But Sam Darnold, their number 1 draft choice, he will be the key to their season. The faster that he plays well, the better the Jets obviously are going to be. And on defense, last in the league in pass rush last year, last in the league in sacks. They'll have to do that by committee this year and find ways to get pressure on the quarterback.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A first down throw, Darnold. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
3 down. Leopard! Hey. All right, now, lucky 56.
Darnold from the red zone now. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run. This is Powell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions heading out, coming off a 9-7 finish a season ago. Another year without a playoff victory. And we said it last season, Charles, unbelievable. They've won only one playoff game since the 1957 NFL championship game back when you were in high school.
Junior high.
And that one win was way back in January of 1992.
They do have optimism, though, because this team has been building. And I thought that their draft of 2018 signaled that they really want to help their magnificent quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and take the pressure off of him to produce 5,000-yard passing seasons, because they drafted Kerryon Johnson, a running back out of Auburn. And in free agency, got LeGarrette Blount, which signals to me that they want to play a little brute force football. They want to batter some people and take the ball out of the hands of Stafford so often. If they can do that, that'll allow them to slug it out with Green Bay and Minnesota for maybe a division title in the NFC North. And last but not least, you know who they beat in 57?
Who?
The Cleveland Browns. Two teams trying to get back to their former glory.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Here we go. Zebra. Hey, watch that. Middle.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On the ball. Trail right. 22. 53. Ready.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a carry for Powell. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Now it's Darnold. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Detroit!
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. 56. Detroit!
Wilson brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Detroit!
On 2nd and 10, Darnold complete outright to Kurz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Let's go! Blue 90!
On 3rd down, it's Powell, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start on the ground here with Blunt. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. On second down, here's Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darren Lee picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
After the interception, here's Darnold trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. That's caught right side by Anderson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 37 yards. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Blunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Three down. Here we go. Hey, tag 32. Tag 32. 3 down. Hey, tag 58 light.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they're going to at least Nice lineup to go for it here on 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Whoa! It still won't go down. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here we go. Hey, tag 50 left.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's Blunt. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. To throw, Stafford. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Dumps off to Powell. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's got his man. It's Curse. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Leopard! Leopard!
Back now at Ford Field. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. First down, it's Darnold. And this is caught by Curse. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here is complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.